1, 2, 3, check 1, 2, 3. Hello everyone and welcome to this year's YeurDreamin 2025. I'm Darko Todorovski and I'll be talking about some wonderful things that are happening in the Salesforce ecosystem. Short thing about me, I'm a CTO and one of the co-owners of Frustrate, which is a Dutch company with offices in Amsterdam and also in Skopje, Macedonia. I'm a Salesforce architect with more than 12 years of Salesforce experience. My Salesforce journey started back in 2012 when I had the opportunity to go on an internship in San Francisco, California, where I had the opportunity to be part of or attend the Dreamforce. There I fall in love in the Salesforce ecosystem, and 12 years later, I'm married to the Salesforce system, which is my second one. These are my hobbies. I love basketball, photography, snow diving, and driving my motorbike around the city. Before I start talking about my presentation, I want to express sincere gratitude to all Salesforce team back in Amsterdam and Netherlands who are helping and making this event possible. Because of you guys, I will not. If you guys were not there organizing this event, I will not be speaking to your wonderful community. Thank you. And also, I want to say a huge thanks to all the sponsors that attended this event and sponsored this event. Thank you. The topic that I decided to talk about is Turbocharge Your Development. Local Lightning Web Component development for faster testing and deployment. The reason why I chose this is because we as developers often struggle with slow iteration cycles. Because with every small change that we do, we need to do a deployment. And after the deployment is done, we can then only see the errors that are happening, which it makes us hard to troubleshoot quickly. This slows the deployment cycles, and it's tedious. It's with tedious testing processes. The solution came with the winter release 25. Salesforce introduced the local Lightning Web component development plugin, which allows the developers to work in an isolated environment, which reduces the delays and making the development experience more efficient, so that you can spend less time waiting and more time building high-quality interactive Lightning Web components. The benefits of the local Lightning Web component development plugin: it's instant preview, live reload, faster feedback loops, offline development capabilities, and enhanced productivity for modern teams. So how do we set up the local dev? Before the local dev, we already had these three pre-requirements, which is we need to have a sandbox or a scratch org. We need to have pre-installed VS Code with the pre-installed plugins, the CLI plugin, and we need to authorize that sandbox or scratch orgs in VS Code. With the local dev, we need to do two more steps. The first step, it's install the local dev plugin in VS Code, and the second, enable the local dev in your Salesforce environment. The reason why I put them in a different way, it's because if somebody reads the presentation and do not listen to it, they will have difficulties. And it's very important to listen before you do something. So that's it. So I'm going to present you the demo. The demo will be in two steps: without local dev and with local dev. The part without the local dev, I will present it shortly. So let's see. We have a pre-installed sandbox, and we are already running the Dreamhouse application that you can find it if you want to. Dreamhouse Lightning Web Component, find it here. There are some steps explaining how you can install, so on. That's not important. And we are in the property finder tab, and we're going to play with the filters components. We try to change something here, probably the label or maybe something else. We'll see. And then we need to have a pre-installed VS Code. We need to have the extensions, and we need to have Salesforce CLI already pre-installed. 1 second, focus on terminal view, refresh terminal. So what we're going to do now is we're going to present, we're going to demo the deployment cycle, the development cycle without the local dev. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to run a timer. You're going to see the timer somewhere in the middle. So reset the timer, and the moment I reset the timer, I'm going to go into develop mode. And let's see how fast it will take me to do some changes, deploy the changes, and visualize the changes in my environment. Let's go. Search. I'm going to remove this, save it, deploy. I'm going to wait for the deployment. It's done. Refresh. "16 seconds. 16 seconds it took me to do this. Imagine if you work on a complicated component that you need to do many things. You need to test it, you know. It would take a lot of time. Just by deploying this, it takes time. So, as you saw, that's how we do it. We were doing it before. Now we're gonna do it with the local dev. So for the local dev to run, we need to install the plugin first, as I mentioned it before. Do not enable the local dev in your sandbox or Scratch Org before you install the plugin. Because I use Windows for this demo, when I was running this command, I was facing some issues and I couldn't run the local dev. And for that reason, I added the pre-release command, which when I installed it, the plugin, it was working as expected. I will just check after you install it. You can check if it's installed by running the SF plugins and see the pre-release Lightning Dev already there. The next thing we're gonna do now, it's we're gonna open, we're gonna run the local dev locally. So now that it's running, it's gonna ask us in which mode we want to preview, which device type we want to preview. Do we want a desktop? Do we want a mobile, Android, or the iOS? For the purpose of this demo, we're gonna use the desktop. The second step is going to ask us that we need to open the Lightning Experience app that we were using before. We know that we were using the Dreamhouse. And voila, now that we have local dev running locally, we're all set. As I mentioned it before, I forgot one step. The step that I forgot, which you already figured it out, is that in the local, in your sandbox, you to enable the local dev. So after you install the plugin, just enable the local dev. Do not enable the local dev plugin before you install the plugin. Yeah. So now that we have the local dev on, the next step we're gonna do is test it. We do not need the timer now, and you will see why. So we're gonna go straight to the property finder and we're gonna focus on the component. Open property filter, some changes. When I save this, it will instantly change. Boom. Boom. It's fun. Bedrooms. Number. Boom. We can add anything that we want. Okay, not anything. Just need to steps. This was step. We can put like 1. See, it changes here. It's fun. It's super fast. It's like really beneficial tool for us, the developers. So that's it regarding the demo. I'm gonna go back to the presentation now. To the slideshows. This is without, this is with. That's how fast it works. So, how does the local dev server works? When you start it, a series of things are happening. The first thing, the Salesforce app is loaded in your browser in a special development preview mode. This mode contains a hot module replacement client that enables real-time updates. The second thing that's happening, your local environment is provisioned with the local web component, Lightning Web Component dev server. Because the dev server runs locally, it can monitor your code changes as you develop. And the third thing, the browser or the mobile emulator establishes a two-way communication channel using web sockets. So basically, when you modify the component file, or when you modify your code, the dev server detects the change, complies the updated Lightning Web Component, and pushes it to the browser or mobile app over the WebSocket channel using hot module replacement APIs. So what does this mean? This means that you can, that with every change that you make, it reflected instantly, eliminating the need for deployments just to see minor updates. So who can access the local dev beta experience? It's available with the YeurDreamin sandboxes as an open beta. It's turned off by default. You can also enable local dev for Scratch orgs. With local dev, you can run a preview of the following types of Salesforce project: the Lightning experience, the mobile app, and the Experience Cloud sites. So what did we learn? We learned that Salesforce, with the YeurDreamin release, they provided us with the local dev plugin. This addresses a major bottleneck in the Lightning Web Component development workflows by bringing the development and testing closer together. It's ideal for prototyping, bug fixes, or building reusable UI elements with smoother and more efficient processes. Perfect for agile teams or tight deadlines. A must-have tool. Real-time feedback and rapid iteration boost development productivity. Result: faster innovation, higher quality components, and saves time, a lot of time. So before I go to the Q&A, once again, I want to say thank you for staying and listening to the whole presentation. Thank you, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that you learned something useful from this presentation. I hope that you can implement this in your development cycles. And once again, I want to express my huge gratitude to all the people who were involved in organizing this event. Thank you. Thanks to the sponsors. And I hope that we can see ourselves in Amsterdam sometimes in future. Thank you again. Let's move to the Q&A. If there are no Q&A, have a great YeurDreamin, everyone. Enjoy the sessions. Hear the presenters. Learn and have fun. Bye.